I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. This is Brief. OMG, who cares? The iPhone is sublime. It's Brief 193, and I've never used the word sublime before. First of all, before we get into what I think about the iPhone, I have to say something about T-Mobile. I've been with them for almost 5 years, and each time I've ever had a call with T-Mobile customer service, it's not just been a good experience, it's been an enjoyable experience. Breaking up with them was hard to do. Neil, I swear this is true, had tears in his eyes when I was telling the rep why I was closing my account. It was sad. The switch to AT&T was in no way a good experience, so bad I almost returned the phones. The T-Mobile rep I talked to seemed more informed about the iPhone activation process than either of the AT&T reps I talked to. When customer service reps say, I believe so, it doesn't inspire much confidence. Of course, I was impressed with the videos Apple produced showing the iPhone in action, but those videos are hardly enough to match the experience of holding one in my hand. I rarely get impressed by technology. Whenever there's innovation, my reaction is almost always to think, well, it's about time. The iPhone blows my mind. The user interface is the most beautiful tech experience I've ever had, and I have to go to the point of near blasphemy if I tell you what it feels like in my heart when I interact with it. If you believe in God and you're in awe of His creation, you'll be in awe of the iPhone, and you'll wonder if God Himself was involved in its creation, because there has never been anything in technology that is more elegant. Neil and I held our iPhones in our hands for hours last night, diving into the interface like a Harry Potter book. We didn't put them down until we explored every nook and cranny of the interface. You have to get to an Apple store or an AT&T store and hold one in your hand. If you live in another country, book a flight, it's worth it, and it's worth making the compromise to move to AT&T. Breaking out a list of features we like is nearly impossible, and I can best illustrate what I mean by asking a question. When was the last time you had fun setting an alarm clock? So much fun that you couldn't wait to do it again? A big surprise to me is the ability to use, create, and edit Google Docs. That's fantastic. It's a little easier to create a list of minor annoyances and things I'd like to see change with future software updates. Gmail doesn't work in the browser. Safari doesn't see the compose box as a text input area, so you can enter an email address and a subject, just not a message. I tried it in the browser because I don't care for the mail application. I don't like it because it doesn't flip into landscape mode to allow me to use the wider keyboard. Also, sent mail shows up in my inbox. That's probably my error, and just haven't figured out how to fix it yet. I also really wish the fast forward slider had a little bit more finesse. When I listen to podcasts, I usually fast forward through songs if they're not my taste, but the slider is so sensitive that it jumps ahead way too much in the file. With iPhone, Apple developers have figured out how to interact with a small screen in a way that makes size a non-issue. The iPhone is the only device that can justifiably be called a smartphone, and I absolutely hope that everyone who watches Geek Brief TV will be blessed enough to own one as soon as possible. I think Dave Ramsey should change his baby steps so that after you have at least $1,000 in your emergency fund, you should save up and buy an iPhone. I remember talking about wishing for an iPhone without the phone part. Not anymore. The phone applications are far beyond anything I anticipated. I was on This Week in Tech with Leo Laporte, Ryan Block from Engadget, Veronica Belmont from Crave, and Richard Bagley from wirelessinfo.com. I'll post a link when Leo releases it. I'm Callie Lewis. I've had some sleep, and you can't begin to fathom how much I'm enjoying my technology, and I hope you enjoy yours after you've ever so kindly purchased a domain name from GoDaddy.com using my promo codes GB1, GB2, or GB3. I'm a dork. Bye! The iPhone is the only device that can justifiably be called Sorry, my foot is falling asleep. Ow, it's got the tingly feeling.